When you're useful, you get used up. When you are invaluable, you are cherished for simply existing. Hi, I'm Soul. I'm an energy healer, and here we combine the inner work and outer work to show up as the best versions of ourselves. And today's video is more of a personal vlog and lots of reminders for myself. So we'll get into it. To better understand value, I think the better question is how can we accept and take responsibility of our lives without the self loathing? How do we bring in unconditional love into our lives and keep it going? Because that is like what is unconditional love? Is being loved for simply existing, loving without conditions, without expectations, without having to be something else unless you want to. And then the love continues regardless. Um, when when you can do no wrong. So in modern online business, being a creator, you need knowledge and or personality. Both are things that can be copied. But if you didn't know what you know, would you still be valued? If you also didn't act a certain way, would you still be valued? I think about this when I look at my son. I make it a mental point to pause, double check if I still love him unconditionally. Um, like when he gets upset, when he makes a mistake, like it's okay to make mistakes. It is okay to be angry. But it's not okay to hurt others, damage properties, or to dwell on pain. Those are the things that make us sick and make us age faster. And yet we do it and still expect others to love us unconditionally. Like that's a little bit of a double standard there. So it starts with ourselves, of course. For example, recently I've been uh, just kind of just low down in the down a bit. And how can I explain this? Okay, so I'll explain it with a song lyric. I think his name is, I think the artist's name is Sue Lid, um, something like that. The song is called Dojo, and the lyric is, um, I'm ticked off at the point in this journey I don't have riches at all. I believe that's it, which is a great summary of what I've been feeling. I know that I've come a long way. I know that I've accomplished so much. Um, but there's just things that don't necessarily show for it. Um, and it's kind of like, how much longer? How much longer, right? Validation that meets my needs would be great right about now. Something that says, don't be ashamed for what has happened. Don't be ashamed for where you come from. Don't be ashamed of your growth. So, going back to that original question, how can we accept and take responsibility of our lives without the self loathing? So, I've got two examples. One of the examples is there's this exercise like with a chair and like talking to yourself as if you are a friend, right? So if someone, a close friend of you, was advising you, how would they speak to you? But you're doing it for yourself. So the chair exercise comes from psychology. You pull up an empty chair and you imagine someone being in that chair. Today's case, you're imagining your current or past self and are talking to them as you would a close friend. You can physically pull up a chair, or you can do this in your imagination. I like both methods. I do prefer the mental exercise a bit more because complete it after meditation, and I'm usually in a calmer overall, more positive state of mind. Versus when I physically pull a chair, there's more movement, there's more emotion, and sometimes it just doesn't produce the same results. Something fun I do when I physically pull a chair is I use my toddler's chairs. Um, so it makes the experience a little bit more fun and silly. The second example is daily recordings. So I learned this from uh, Life by Lucy. She talks about recording statements, recording affirmations, and then you listening to them on a daily basis. So daily recordings. I also mentioned it in one of my earlier videos. And so, again, lately I've been like super down, and I realized I haven't been listening to the recordings that I made for myself this year. And instead, I've been listening to like the radio, lots of popular music, which is not in line with my future self, and it's not who I want to be currently either. So essentially, these recordings are self brainwashing, self love. So create a list of affirmations, statements, whatever you want to call them, um, and then listen to them daily. They don't have to be affirmations, by the way. They can be questions. They can be phrases that your future self says. They can be a list of past or future accomplishments to help remind you of how amazing you are. I'll leave a list in the description to give you some ideas. You can take that list and rewrite them. You can also, pull some of those ideas, make up some of your own, and then run them through ChatGPT to spit out other variations. Once you've compiled your list, record yourself or have a trusted person record it for you. You also have the option of paying someone to do the recording. I'm going to work in reverse order for these. So if you don't like your voice, or you don't want to, or if you would prefer to hear a particular voice, then pay someone online to record them reading. The second one, right? Have a trusted friend record them for you. Same idea here as speaking to yourself as a friend, right? Your friend, you're going to be hearing your friend's voice, and that's hopefully going to calm you and bring you into a different state of mind. One of my friends, her husband recorded her list because she said his voice helps her sleep. So she listens to her recordings before she goes to sleep. My preferred way is using your own voice. And again, if you don't like your voice, I get it. The first couple of weeks here on YouTube, I didn't watch or edit any of my videos because I didn't want to see myself. I didn't want to hear myself. Um, I, I get that sentiment for sure. So my tip to you is to get yourself into the mental state of your future self. There are moments where you are your future self, right? You have that sense of security, you have that sense of confidence, and you can, then use that and record. Uh, so, meditate, think about your future self. It's like, what would they say? What would they do? What actions would they take? And then as you speak in that state of mind, you should be able to carry that confidence into the recording, right? Essentially, it's your future self reading them to you. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all my points. Again, this video was mostly a reminder for myself in order to have value that you inherently have, to feel the value that you inherently have. So if this helped you at all, please share from many others to benefit, and I will see you next week.